Alright, here we are at Al's at the Cruise Inn. Got a nice black Sport Fury 62, I think. Really nice car. Let's see if it's got a stick. Push button automatic torque flag. Next to it here we got a GTA Firebird. Nice clean car. Late model Challenger. 68 Roadrunner. That's I believe it's got a late model Hemi in it. Got an El Camino. Really nice knee knocker 62 C10. Got my friend's 65 Suburban. We'll interview him at some point. Check this out. Pretty cool little Rambler American. Cage. Got lightning rod shifters, why not? Big block. Dual quad big block. And a little Nash. Pretty cool. Pretty cool piece. I'm here next to just a beautiful 63 Impala, and the owner Mike is here with me. I call it a day 2 car. I don't know what Mike wants to call it. The deal with day 2 was if a guy bought a beautiful 63 Impala and wanted to tear it up and just rip on the streets with it, what would he have done day 2? Well, Mike's done it all. Yeah. Why don't you tell me about your car if you don't mind, Mike?
It's a 63 Chevrolet Impala. The car was originally built in the late 80s, early 90s. My father picked it up in 2018 as a retirement gift, and being that he had an injured back, he always had me working on the thing because it sat so high, and it just got to the point I had keys to the car, I had the key to the unit where the car was kept, I was always working on it, so him and my mother thought it was fit to pretty much sign the car over to me and let me be the caretaker of it from then on. It was not an original 409 car that we know of because we don't have any documentation, but it's an original power steering, power brake, air conditioning, factory tilt column car, which is very rare for 63. And then whoever built it put the big dual quad 409 in it. And then we got it. We got the car looking the part, and well, since it looked the part, it had to sound the part, so we were going to put a cam in it. So what was supposed to be a $700 cam change turned into about roughly a $35,000 build.
Oh boy.
It's got stall fender well headers, an auto gear, M22 close ratio 4-speed, quick performance 9-inch with a fab housing. It's got a nodular iron center section, 456 gear, Inland Empire drive shaft. KLE Motor Services in South Bend built the engine this last time. They also built the engine in my race car. It's a 50 over 409, which makes it 416 cubic inches. It's got Bob Walla racing heads out of Crown Point, Indiana. Manly big block Chevy rods, custom pistons, Crane solid roller cam, all Crower solid roller valve train. It's a fun little street car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically my dad and I, this is our last project that
I'm gonna walk around this thing.
Yeah. This is the last thing that him and I did before.
Those radar wheels?
Yeah, they're real Raiders. I ordered them, had them made.
Yeah. The interior is beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
But it's an original black on black coupe. So
yeah.
But
very nice.
Powell City, it's black tires, it's got the pie crust slits.
Yeah, the pie crust, I see it.
And it uses every bit of it.
Ha!
It really runs good.
They used to rip, because the X-frame, they used to rip at the on the quarter panel, rip the metal.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's still a work in progress, but for the time being I can call it done. So I'm just glad I can start the thing, enjoy it, and just play around with it now, so it's the least of my worries.
Well, I love it, Mike, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
John here at Lacrosse. We came to a little county show down here in Lacrosse, Indiana. It's a nice little farm town. They had a little get together in a park. I'm here with Neil, and Neil has a really neat little red express truck. Neil, you want to tell us about your truck a little bit?
We've had it before the Corona started in. When we bought it, it was under 193,000 original miles. Been in storage 22 years. Pretty much detective work, most of it is original. We do feel some panels have been redone. Say, as you'd come through the assembly line, your body nuts would be the same color, so the wood panel's been taken off and redone. And the back, and
do you know like how many of these were produced? I remember seeing them.
No, I don't.
I remember the rarer one was the Warlock.
Yes, the black one.
Warlock.
We call it the half sister.
Right?
But see, I've learned with these that they only made them in red, only made them in 360s,
yeah,
only automatics, only 2 interiors, black or red, whether they were bucket or bench seats.
Yeah.
It's an air-conditioned truck. We did rebuild it 30 over, and
yeah,
I wanted to leave the compressor on just for looks, but my mechanic said you didn't need a boat anchor just for looks. And he took it off.
Well, you pop the hood if you don't mind. We'll take a look real quick, and appreciate your time, Neil.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah, I told you these mean little something to my family, but this was my father-in-law's last dream. He wanted to finish one that he had, and
so see, with the compressor out of there, it's more visual.
Yeah,
too.
no.
Chrysler's had a pretty big compressor.
It's a neat truck, Neil, and I thank you for letting us check it out. All right. All right, continuing on at Lacrosse down here at the little show. It's actually turning out okay. It's a cool night, a Sunday night. It's a nice little 62. It's a post car, not a hardtop. Cool little car. Got a bump side Ford 4x here. Nice looking truck. Clean little Fox body 5.0.
I did every motion I just did right there. Stop. Oh, yeah. Whatever you gotta do, I guess. I don't know. No.
Do it. How many?
Yeah. Exactly. Additional park lights. 42 was in here, 41.
Finally went that way, far enough south to where I saw the solar farm. I didn't realize it was as big as it was.
If you go to Wheatfield, all along there, that's all filling in.
That, and then if you go further south than that, you get into the windmill.
Could be lower than that.
Hey, John here back at Lacrosse at the little get-together. We're here with Kelly with his beautiful RS Z28, 69 Z28. Kelly, you want to tell us about your car?
Well, we bought it sight unseen back in 1981 out of Boston, Massachusetts. Brought it home thanks to my dad. Did all the body work on it in a two-car garage. And 42 years later, here it is.
It's a beautiful car.
I mean, it's starting to show its
No, it's a beautiful
weather, but you know.
Beautiful car. Tilt, was it always a tilt car?
No, we added the tilt wheel because of my height.
Sure.
He,
I get that.
He discovered the tilt wheel at one of the car shows he went to and bought it and brought it back home, and so we added that. Factory vinyl top.
Really nice.
We were going to take the vinyl top off, but we decided by the trim code it's supposed to have a vinyl top on it, so we left it on there.
Still the 302?
Yeah. It's not a numbers matching 302, but it is a 302.
Yeah.
The original motor that was with this car was long gone before we got the car. And,
awesome.
Two brothers supposedly owned it. He took the motor out and was going to put a big block in it.
Yeah.
And neighbor guy, my dad, was out delivering kit cars and saw this and he goes, "Hey, you want a Camaro?" "Yeah." "What is it, Z28? $1,200? "Yeah."
Oh my God.
Bring it back.
Oh my
God. What
God.
you want? You don't have to have it.
Oh my God.
I said, "Well, we'll see what it is when we get here." So, but
no, I enjoy the car every time I see it, and thank you for sharing it with us,
no
Kelly. we're here with Joda, and I'm gonna have him tell you about his beautiful little Art Deco Chevy truck here. What year is it, Joda?
That's a 46, 1946.
Okay. Well, I love what you did with it here. You got the lettering on the door and stuff, and got the wide whites. Gotta love the Cushman in the back. That's a statement, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, every vehicle out here has a story. You know.
Oh, sure.
My dad had a 46 Chevy pickup when I got out of the service, and he was quite a bit older than my mother, and so it was about time he quit driving, and I bought that off of him, and it got away from me, but I found this one, and it gets started on it finally.
That's awesome. Is that a Super Eagle?
No, it's just it's a 53.
Okay.
And it's, I think the last year, the barrel spring front end on the Eagle,
sure.
They went to a telescoping fork, and
okay.
So that is a 1953, but it's an 8 horsepower engine that came from Cushman, and a 2-speed transmission. But it's
really cool.
That's the way it was when except for the 10-inch.
So on the truck, what do you have as far as the drivetrain?
I got a 283.
Yeah, small block Chevy.
Yeah, it's
just a nice driver, right?
Yeah, it is.
What'd you do with the front suspension? Is it?
This is sitting on an S10 chassis, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty smart way to do it. You get all the modern mechanicals. And,
yeah. You got a 5-speed Camaro transmission in it and it's a 67% overdrive, so it runs down the road at 1950. It's around 70 mile an hour with 370 gears, and it's that rear end's out of a 4-wheel drive S10.
Yeah, for the width.
Yes.
Get the width right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it runs. It's good on the highway. And the Haps, that started with that's what they called my dad. His nickname was Hap, so that's why I put Haps on there, and then needed something for the rods.
Oh, it's a nice honor, nice shout out. That's great.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, listen, I appreciate your time. Thank you for talking to us, and cool. We'll see you around. I'll say hi to you when I see you.